What's up, Perform24 family? Levi Jaeckel back in the garage with another video. If you guys are new to the channel, currently I'm making a video every weekday for the month of October. I am following the Squatober Instagram page, and I'm following the Squatober programming. If you want to follow along yourself, I'll link that. That page is always linked below, so you can go follow their Instagram page and follow along the Squatober program. Last year I did participate in Squatober as well, and my squat did go up significantly. This year I'm following it again, and hopefully I set an all-time PR at the end of this month. The topic that we're going to be covering today is weightlifting belts. Specifically, should athletes be wearing weightlifting belts? The athletes that I'm talking about are traditional like team sport athletes, basketball, football, baseball, and then lifestyle athletes, right? So I've talked about this before, but lifestyle athletes are individuals like myself that might not have a competitive season coming up, but they are all about that life. They like to train hard and get after it in the gym. So those types of people are not like CrossFitters or powerlifters or strongmen. Obviously, those individuals are superior athletes themselves, but the team sport athletes do not compete in the gym. Okay, they compete outside of the gym, and their sport is not the weights. It is not the barbell. It is not Atlas stones or yoke walks or anything like that. And because they are not competing with a weightlifting belt on, then the short answer for me is no. Athletes should not be wearing weightlifting belts while they train. But the long answer is kind of maybe. Historically, personally, I have not even used a lifting belt myself when I train. I've been training now for a long time. I trained a little bit in high school, but then once I got into college and got into that athletic environment in college, that's when I really started training, and I haven't really stopped training since then. So I have been training for a while, and I've never ever used a weightlifting belt. I also have never really encouraged my clients or my athletes to use belts when they train. And that's simply not because I don't think that weightlifting belts work, but it's because I don't want them to build a reliance on that belt in the training room. Another reason that I haven't encouraged weightlifting belts for the populations that I work with is because max strength isn't always our goal. Sometimes it is, and sometimes we do go through pretty intense max training or max strength training phases, but that always has to be taken into context of their overall objective. An athletic off-season for a lot of these athletes, like they need to be working on a whole bunch of different things at the same time, and we can't really prioritize any one of these different objectives over the other. So all of these different variables have to be considered, and true max strength isn't always one of them. If true max strength is one of those goals, then all right, maybe we consider using a weight belt. So a couple months ago, I decided to get a weight belt myself. I didn't even own one. That tells you like kind of where that fell on my priority list, but I didn't even own a belt. So a couple months ago, I knew that I was going to be doing Squatober. I knew that I would be, putting a ton of volume under that barbell for these 4 weeks. And so I got a belt. And not only did I get a belt for myself, but I also got one for my wife. So check these bad boys out. All right, so these are both Pioneer belts. I did use a discount code from another YouTuber, Brandon Campbell. I'll post his YouTube underneath in the description as well. So he gave us 15% off on these bad boys. I ordered one for myself, just a little basic bad boy. It's not even treated leather. Okay, so this leather is just like as raw and as basic as you can get. I figured that I'm not a beast, so I don't deserve a beast belt yet. I got to earn that. And not that you'll ever wear one of these things out, because this thing will probably be around in like 3021. But it's a nice adjustable lever belt. I also got the adjustable lever belt because I probably will be using this with clients and athletes once I kind of get the hang of it. And so if I get an adjustable one, it'll fit different people, okay? So this will be a community belt at some point. But then I kind of upgraded my wife's just because she deserves it, right? So Jessica is the first lady of the Perform24 family, and she always deserves the best. So she got the pink suede with the black lever and then the black stitching. That looks pretty awesome, and she actually really loves this thing. So she squats pretty heavy. I mean, especially for a mom of two. We got 2 young kids. Mom of 2, she definitely puts up weight on the bar, and she's been finding a lot of benefit with this bad boy. So like a lot of things in the weight room, there's not a blanket yes, belts are necessary, or no, they are terrible, but you kind of got to pick your spots. Traditionally, I stay away from them. I need our athletes' cores to be extremely strong, the belt does make a significant difference in your core stability. So, once you strap that belt on, you do kind of feel invincible. I have been using the belt for the first time really in my life over the last couple months, and I do really enjoy it, okay? So when that belt is on, I just feel connected to the bar a little bit more. I've always felt like a lot of confidence in my legs, and then when I strap that belt on, I have the exact same confidence in my core, and I just feel very confident under the barbell. So over the last couple of weeks, I will say that I have been appreciative of the weight belt. I would think that if you are a competitive athlete, you need to stay away from it as much as you can. If you've got some low back pain or if you feel weak in your spine, then that is just an indicator that that's something that you need to work on, because if you can't load your spine in the weight room, once you get into a dynamic environment in your competitive field, that could be a risk factor for you. So we need to be addressing the problem. Don't just like throw a Band-Aid on it, throw a belt on it, and get after it, because you're not going to have a belt when you compete. If you want to know about all the different types of belts and how you can use them, and if you're considering getting a belt, I'm going to refer you to Alan Thrall's video. I will also link that below, but check out his video on weightlifting belts. I watched that before I bought the Pioneer belts. I thought that video was great. So check out his video if you want to see the different types of belts, but your choice on whether or not you should wear one is kind of up to you and up to your overall global tasks. Throughout the remainder of the month, you'll be seeing me squat beltless. You'll be seeing me squat a little bit with the belt as well. I'm going to be using it on my PR attempt for sure. I even used it today when we pushed through some heavy volume at decent weight. I did throw it on today. Maybe you're seeing some of those clips now. But anyways, I do like the belt. I will admit, I do like the belt, but I'm not going to use that for most of the people that I work with. All right, that's going to wrap up today's video. As always, train hard, live full, wear a belt, don't wear a belt. It's really up to you, but I will see you very soon.